Hi everybody and welcome back to our backyard once again. This is the Osmo Pocket 3 camera, as you may know, and I've had it since the day it came out, and I've been always blown away by the image quality and especially the low light capabilities. And I did the only logical thing I could do. Basically, I designed a mount to put it on a Cinewhoop. And testing it out, it seems like it's not a bad idea at all. The quality is crazy, but of course this setup is not optimal and it has a couple of downsides. First of all, if you crash head first into something, you're gonna destroy the gimbal. Very fragile, it's not an action cam, it's not made to do that. Second issue, if you tilt too much while flying, you're gonna end up with the camera pointing down because it has run out of gimbal space up here. I tried to make the camera mount slanted so it has a little bit more space, but the higher you go, the worse the drone is gonna fly because you're moving all the weight up here and it's not optimal. And also, last thing, still heavy, still noisy, and you're gonna fly at night, probably in parties and stuff like that. I mean, it's not too bad, but I don't feel very confident flying around people. And finally, we go to the juice of this video. I have bought another Osmo Pocket 3 so I can try, strip it down, remove the battery, remove everything that's not necessary, and maybe I can rebuild it into a sub 250 grams drone, which will be amazing for flying around people with this quality. Before we get to the dissection table, please remember to like, subscribe and comment on this video. Please support this channel because it's a small channel and this camera is pretty expensive. Also, if you want to further help it, if you want to buy anything, check out the links in the description below. Let's go! Let's open this camera. You have to lift this tab on the back. You just can pry from a corner and lift. It's a little bit tough. You can, once you open it, you can use your fingers and just be careful, don't pull too hard because there is a flat cable behind there and it's the microphone, it's connected to the mainboard. Time to remove the battery, just pry from the bottom and it should come out very easily. Remove these 4 screws from the heatsink, easy, and just pry it and it comes off. There is only thermal paste holding it down and boom, you can see. Remove the Lego style connectors, use the tool and be careful because they are hot glued. The battery weighs 41.7 grams and the body without battery weighs 127. USB-C but no battery doesn't work, not enough voltage. Remove the top corner and bottom corner screw and all the Lego connectors. Also, there are 4 screws holding the gimbal down. Boom, the board comes off. Time to remove the gimbal head. Be very careful of the flat cable. Make them pass through the holes and just don't break them or you will throw away the pocket. Now it's time to remove the buttons, the joystick and the microSD card reader. It's very easy. 2 screws and it comes off right away. Just put the joystick back there. Boom. This is the speaker. You don't really need to remove it. I was finding a way of opening it basically. This component selects between vertical and horizontal video when you rotate the screen. You don't need it because you have it in the settings. It's a momentary switch, I will use it later. This is not the right way of opening the screen, but I tried for 2 hours and this was my last chance. I basically took out the whole mechanism with the screen attached. To separate the LCD from the housing, I got a soldering iron, melted the plastic and then cut it with a snipping tool. Not a smart move and I went from the wrong way and I cut a ribbon cable, damaging the screen permanently. It doesn't turn on anymore. This is the first time this camera is opened publicly, so I didn't know what to do. Now I'm gonna show you how to properly do it so you will not damage your camera and also all the process will be reversible. Use a heat gun, make the screen very hot because the glue is incredibly strong and of course don't melt the plastic. Pry only from the bottom part and the sides, don't touch the top part where the ribbons are, you're gonna damage the screen. You don't need to remove the screen assembly, but if you're curious, there is a screw, you have to remove it and then it's just a magnet that keeps the screen in place. This is incredibly sturdy, I could not break it. Time to hack the battery to make the camera work without it. I'm gonna use a Matek 9V battery eliminator circuit so we can fake the battery cell voltage. The battery has to be opened in order to get the circuit inside that tells the camera to turn on. Be very careful when removing the cells, it can burst into fire if you touch them together. And here is the circuit. We have to connect battery minus and battery plus, it's written there very easily. So 16 volt in, 9 volt out, 9 volt goes to the back where the old batteries were supposed to be, and then it comes out of here. Please turn on. It turned on with a battery. I'm not joking. So, yes, we have a naked Osmo Pocket 3. I mean, this is incredible. Now I just need a way to package it all together. Wow. I mean, yeah, there is nothing. It's only out of frame, but it's powering from a regular LiPo. It's working. Boom, look there. Man, that is incredible. That is incredible. And if you press this button, it goes horizontal. So I'm just gonna put not momentary switch. It only overheats very, very fast. And now that we know it's working, you know also how to disassemble this camera, and not only how to disassemble, but how to make it naked. I mean, it's my first time. It was hard. The hardest part was the screen for sure, but next time, remember, apply a lot of it and pull it out. It's gonna work. And boom, the naked Osmo Pocket 3 sub-250g drone is ready. And I have not flown with it yet because I'm scared I'm gonna crash and break it before showing you that it works actually. It does work. I have broken the screen in the process. I'm gonna repeat again, but I mean, look at it. It turns on. And it's ready to roll. You can see it works. It freaking works. And it's naked. I mean, I'm not making this up. I don't have the screen available because it's broken. But I repurposed the thing under the screen that makes it flip. So I can select between landscape and vertical. Just toggle the screen. Boom. First flight. Okay, so it flies. And it should be recording right now. It makes a tiny bit of noise. Oh my God. That's crazy. And it's sub 250 grams right now. Oh my God, what was that? Maybe shut down, I don't know. I'm gonna keep flying, hopefully the file is saved. This is my first fly again, so wow. Maybe this is a new beginning, a new era of drones. I don't know. It's a little bit too windy. I don't want to overdo stuff. Oh my God. Yeah, it doesn't fly amazingly, I'll tell you that. But that was almost expected. Wow. Hey, no. Let's not crash on my first flight. Yeah, let's land. And it's actually still recording. That's crazy. Wow. And I just cannot describe how excited I am about this. I mean, I spent so many days behind it. I didn't believe it would work, at least not on the first time. And wow, it's just crazy. So many things could go wrong. And I broke some stuff, but I mean, it's still recording, still working. And let me know if you like this project. Let me know if I should keep investing time in it and make it better, because there is a lot of room for improvements. And let me know if you think it's worth to disassemble Osmo Pocket 3, because I mean, you can still have the Osmo Pocket 3 on a 3.5-inch drone, which is quite small already, but this is 1/4 of it, and it's 1/4 of the weight being sub 250 grams. And I believe this is the best camera that's ever been fit on a sub 250 grams drone. And since making this experiment is not cheap at all, remember to like, follow, leave a comment, and also share this video. You will help me so much, and I will keep innovating on this project. Thank you so much, stay safe, and happy flying. Bye!